Hi, and welcome to Dynamic DCUO. Wind here, and today we have Princess Pyro, and we're going to be looking at the Tides of War event. We're going to be looking at running the boats as well as the boss event, and we'll also look at the base items. For the boats, you're just going to go ahead and hit M and go to Tides of War, Aquaman, and you'll either talk to Aquaman or you'll talk to Ocean Master, depending on which side you're on, hero or villain. Now you get 5 marks from this as well as 5 marks from the event. They're sand dollars. Now, as it says on your screen, the boats with the purple generators have the Mutineer, or the Mutineer frigates that have the generators. And you only need 3 this year. I don't remember if that's what it was last year. And just joining in on one will get you credit for it. As you see here, I'm going to get credit for the ones that I just barely get in the fight on. Now, it also says on your screen that the golden Atlantean frigates have the Mutineer borders, and you need to get rid of 10 of them. As you can see, this is a purple generator, so again, more of the, or purple frigate I mean, so more of the generators, which is fine. I still need 2 more. And as you see here, I can just shield up and give a hand to activate those if need be, but they already have it, so no big deal. Now here I am getting the Mutineers. Pretty easy to get the 10 of them as long as you can find a ship that's not being overrun by 20 people. It doesn't take much to take them out, but you do need to actually get a hit in on them. So I don't know if you want to do this first or if you want to do the event first. I always tended to like to do this part first, but if you run the boss fight first, then you get the little, they call it a Kale Crisp. It's a 1 hour damage buffer, so you might want to do that first. You see here I'm getting another generator, and there are 2 types. This one you activate, and then after a few moments it brings this up, so you can go ahead and deactivate it. The other ones have what looks like a little egg almost that you have to carry over to the generator, but either way you'll have to activate it after the fact. So this is good to run with a shield, and it's also good to run with something like hand blasters with a beam, or fire, ice, something that has a repetitive quick hit. Light works great, and I'm sure most powers have something for that. This is just the one I prefer to run it with. Now as you see, I've got my 3 generators and my 10 mutineers, so hit my J, go ahead and hit complete. But let's quickly take a look at the base items. Now I'm not going to go over these trinkets. There's 4 different trinkets. You can take a look at them. But this year it's a hiker outfit, and the shorts look like they'd be completely usable, so I'm excited about that. The shirt is interesting. It's kind of a flannel with a tied top. Now the boots are interesting hiking boots. Look like they're based off the DC Bombshell Harley. Now the backpack, if you're into that kind of thing, it's pretty cool for a hiker backpack. Again, with the material, these may not be showing up the best, so I apologize for that. But the base items are amazing. I really like this tree line in particular. If you're into the wooded style bases or having things that look like distant windows, those are great. And of course, fire is always good for fire bases, which she has 2 of, so I'll love that. Some of the camping stuff, it's like a lot of other base items. Really, a lot of them would be better if you had an outdoor base, but we're doing everything we can to make them look like our outdoor bases on the inside anyway, with all the trees and everything. So still be usable, but as you'll see in a moment as we get some vehicles, really would be awesome if you had an outdoor base style. So piles of wood, those lights that they had hanging, as well as stuff like this picnic table, or picnic blanket. Just all stuff that could be better outside, especially the tent, the upcoming trailer and canoe. But I'm sure some very interesting things can be done inside as well, especially if you add enough trees to your base. Can always go look at Valmy's character, Thalid, who has the Briar Patch. The video's up for Briar Patch. So you can see what a lot of trees look like and how it can really look like the woods. So these are the base items for this year. Some of them are great, some of them are not so great. Everyone's got their own opinions and things they'll use, but that's what they look like. So now we're going to go ahead and run the boss event. This is Aquaman or Ocean Master, depending on which side you end up fighting on. Now, if you get hung in that area on the boat like I just did, you can warp to rally, and this brings you to Little Bow Station, Little Bohemia. So be aware of that. That's something that's handy to know. Now let's go ahead and go to the boss fight. This usually queues up quick. Make sure that if no one's talking to Ocean Master or Aquaman, whoever's here, that you look and make sure all 4 people are in before you do talk to them. And as you go to enter the room, if you do hit super speed and you'll see a guy do this, you'll go to the back of the room and kind of stay there. If you watch, he goes zooming past me, and you can see him right there in the back, bouncing against the window. Now, Aquaman or Ocean Master will not attack you until you attack him, or unless you walk far enough into the room. So if you do need to switch to booze or anything like that, you can do that, but it's really not necessary. The important thing here is you don't have to get the turrets as they pop up, the 4 of them that are in the corners, but in a few moments you'll see us get blown to the back of the room, or blown backwards, and there's 3 things that pop up that you can activate, and they all 3 need to be hit and put a beam on Aquaman, or if it's Ocean Master, and that weakens him, and you cannot actually beat him at the end without hitting him with those beams. So the turrets are up right now. Like I say, they're not a must, but see how we're getting blown back? Now if you'll notice, here we go. Now you need to activate those. They do stay up longer than they have in previous years, but you want to make sure all 3 get activated. That's one of the things that gets overlooked in here in previous years and has made it difficult to complete this. This one is a really good group, seems to be going well, and it didn't take long enough for the turrets to turn red and actually start shooting at us, so that made it a good bit easier. As you see, we got blown back again, so again we're going to activate the defense systems, and that'll trap Aquaman. And they got the 3rd one. Hit him one more time just because he didn't look like he was done, and there we go. That's all you have to do to beat this, and it's another 5 sand dollars. You can also get collections out of here. You will get the Kale Crisp, or I mentioned earlier. So that's a quick boost, lasts for about an hour, I believe it says, before it expires. Or excuse me, it'll expire in an hour. So you want to use it quickly. That's why some people run the event before they run the boats. Alright, well that is the Tides of War, a boats and boss event. Also the base items. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do like this kind of content, please click like and subscribe. Click the bell icon to stay notified. Leave us some comments and suggestions. We'd love to hear from you. And we'll see you next time. Thank you for watching, and happy gaming.